four-time American Southwest Conference All-East Division First Team. He was a three-time All-ASC selection in 2000, 2002, 2003. He was the ASC East Division Preseason Player of the Year in 2002. He was the Offensive Freshman of the Year for 2000. He was a National Soccer Coaches Association of America All-Region in 2002 and 2003. He was a two-time Academic All-District in 2002 and 2003. Three-time ASC All-Academic Team, 2001, 2002, and 2003. He was the ASC's leading goal scorer with 54 goals, making him our program leader as well with those same 54 goals. He ranks third at Ozarks in career points with 128. He's fifth in career assists with 20. Third in career shots with 205. He's the program leader in career game-winning goals of 14. He led the 2003 team to the ASC title and the school's only NCAA Division III tournament appearance. I believe he's got the jewelry to prove that one. I think I noticed as he walked up. He's a 2004 graduate in business administration degree. He's a patrol sergeant with the New Mexico State Police. And Ricky is joined today by his wife Leslie and his three children, Liam, Nadia, and Aiden. Please welcome him as the newest inductee.
I didn't memorize my speech. First of all, I'd like to say good evening, and I'd like to start off by thanking all the U of O staff that made this night possible, especially the alumni office for answering the millions of questions that me and my wife had. As I stand here before all you guys today, I still can't come up with the words to describe how honored I am to receive this award. So many people helped me along the way, and it's hard to come up with a list to thank them all. So I thought I'd tell you the story of how basically I came to U of O when I'm standing here. I'd like to start off, even though he's not here today, thanking my club soccer coach, Mark Aguirre. For so many years, he drove me and my teammates around the whole southwest part of the state, taking us from tournament to tournament. Many of us couldn't afford it, so he'd pay out of his own pocket. But probably the most important thing he did for me was he convinced me to go to a soccer camp at Regis University in Colorado. I'd gone the year before and I didn't really like it, but I didn't. So he wanted me to go again, and he finally convinced me to do it, which I'm glad he did, because if he wouldn't have, I wouldn't have been standing here before you guys today. During this camp is where I met Coach Dave DeHart. He just signed up to coach at U of O. And obviously he's one of the next person I want to thank for everything he did for me. At that camp, as I got to know Dave, I learned more about his knowledge and his love and passion for the game, which, second to my brother Diego, I've never seen. He's about one of the most intimidating people, but he's so passionate about it that it makes you want to do better for him. During that camp, I decided I wanted to play for him. At the end of the camp, I decided to pretty timidly approach him. I was pretty shy and not very outgoing back then, but I asked him at the end of the camp, and I said to him, Dave, if you were a college soccer coach, he quickly interrupted me and said, I am a soccer coach, a college soccer coach. Which made me even more nervous to ask him if he'd be interested in me playing for him. I was relieved when he said yes, and at that point he had one of the other alumni soccer players, Phil Kaiser, with him at the camp assisting him. And he said that they were just talking about me the night before and how I could be a good fit for the program. So he gave me all the contact information, and I pretty quickly, so when I got back to Las Cruces, I contacted the office and they sent me a couple packets. When I decided to come to U of O, I didn't do any commitment ceremonies or anything. I just signed up to come pre-register. I hadn't done any research on the campus or the town of Clark, so I knew nothing about this place. All I knew is that I want to play for Coach DeHart. So me and my mom made the trip up here. The night before we stayed in Russellville. And when we woke up the next morning, we started driving into town. First thing I noticed was the population sign in Clarksville, 4,588. My first thought was, oh no. And then I pulled up to the campus and I saw the size. And again I said, oh no. I probably should have done some research. But I met with Dave, and again I felt more assured of my decision to really kind of blindly follow him to Arkansas, 15 hours away from my family and my home. And pretty much at that point, I really had no idea that it would be the best decision I ever made. I was a little nervous coming to U of O because I wasn't a very good student, so I knew it was a tough academic school. But again, Phil, being the voice of reason, told me that as long as I went to class, I would get C's. Probably should have said C's get degrees. So I followed his advice. I never really was big on skipping school, so going to class was easy. And then I talked to all my teachers. One of my first teachers I kind of had spent a lot of time with was Amy Otis. She was teaching our remedial writing class. She's the next person I'd like to thank. Like I said, I wasn't a very strong student, so when I got here, Amy had a little bit of a reputation with the athletes as being a tough teacher for athletes, only because we're out of class so much. But I took the advice of Phil and I met with her. And I told her my soccer schedule, and I told her in a certain month we were always going to be gone every Friday, so I was only going to be in class Monday and Tuesday, which she was fine with. I submitted many reports to her, and many of them got butchered with her red pen. Really, I met with her, literally I would meet with her 4 or 5 times before I turned in a paper. But I didn't really know that. I didn't know back then that the time I spent with her would make me a stand-up rookie officer in the Mexico State Police. I quickly became an officer that a lot of my supervisors recognized as a good report writer. They'd often send rookie and older officers to me for advice on how to improve with the reports, catch them up on reports. And now as a supervisor with the Mexico State Police, I use pretty much everything I learned throughout my business, all my business classes, all the lessons I learned. I always use Mr. Wofford's quote of, there's two guarantees of life, you're born and you die. But everything I learned here served me well. Next I'd like to take all my teammates. Some are right here, the table right there. Nick and Taylor came to Ozarks with me at the same time. We pretty much spent 4 years together goofing around, and I won't speak of some of the crimes we did around campus. But really, I'm up here because of my teammates. All 4 years I had several different teammates, and each one of them played a role in my success. We shared a lot of pain and sadness when we lost, but we also shared in the glory of victory. There's so many memories that I have from playing soccer here that I still remember them. I remember them like they were yesterday. Like for example, when Chris Burns got kicked out of our soccer band on a trip to Mary Hardin Baylor because we started mosh pitting in the van when the 3-6 Mafia song came out. I'm not going to name it because it has some bad words. Or when we got woken up at 4 in the morning by all the upperclassmen crashing into our dorm room screaming and telling us to get dressed and then throwing us in the back of a pickup truck and driving out of town. We really didn't know where we were going. Ended up that we were just running up the hill to 1,000 points of light. But the most important memory I have is the excitement of making it to the conference championship my freshman year. It was something the soccer team had never experienced. And after being at the bottom of the conference for several years, it was an awesome experience for me to be able to be one of the reasons that we were there, and for the upperclassmen that worked so hard for years to get there. After that, winning became the norm for the men's soccer team, and I'm always been proud to just be one of the building blocks to make that happen. I'd like to thank my family. My oldest brother, Diego, who's not present today, but he was always the person I looked up to. Being the oldest brother, I looked up to him, both on and off the soccer field. My sister, Alma, who's not here either today to make the trip, but she's the one that kept us online and helped me out with school. My brother Mario, who is here today. He's my best friend and one of my biggest supporters. And of course, my mom. I can never thank you enough for everything you sacrificed to help me succeed in soccer, but also in life. My mom and my brother Mario are here again tonight. So I thank you, and I love you. Finally, I'd like to thank the person that was there for every game, all 4 years. You know, they're my family. At that point, was always one of my biggest supporters. My wife Leslie, wherever she is, ready to baby. Leslie played for the U of O women's soccer team, so it made it a lot easier for her to be there for every game. But I'm pretty confident that she would have been there regardless of that fact. She was always there for the highs and for every low. And after 14 years and 3 beautiful children, one who is somewhere crying, right in the back, she's still my biggest supporter. And for that, I can never thank her enough. Wherever you are, Leslie, I love you. Thank you guys. Have a good evening.